Oh, I'm going to show you a product that's not mine and it's going to take the world by storm. But I am today going to talk about a wire winder. So maybe you're in the market for a wire winder to build a ham radio antenna project on, like a dipole, a 9-to-1, a 4-to-1, 64-to-1. You get the point. I think that this is probably one of the most ultimate wire winders available. It's called the Kitchen Sink and it's available from 918 Products. Now, I did purchase this. It was not sent to me, but I need to show you why I think that this is the best wire winder on the market and why you might consider it for your projects. Let's go ahead and start with the actual quality of the winder itself. The winder is 3D printed with a filament called ASA filament, and if you're unaware, ASA filament has a higher warping point than typical filaments like PLA. Also, the individual who printed this, or the company that printed it, uses a very good form of ironing on the top layer, so you get a nice smooth top layer on the top of the winder. Now there's a lot on this wire winder that we could talk about, but we're going to start with these two holes that I'm pointing to now, which are on the middle ends. And these two holes serve two functions that I want to show you. On the larger hole, which is on my right, you could fit a SO239 internally. On the smaller hole on my left, you could fit a BNC, and this serves two amazing purposes on its own. Number one, you could use both of these connectors and you can make your own 4991 or a dually antenna, as it might be called, because you could put one toroid on one side and you could put another toroid on the other side if you wish to. If you're looking for a standard wire antenna, maybe you only want one toroid. In that case, let's say you use the SO239, the other side can act as a clip to be able to clip this onto a mast, for example. Here I have the world's smallest S-beaner, and we're just going to go ahead and click it into place, and then this can go on a piece of wire that attaches to a mast or a tree, 550 cord, whatever you desire. I would recommend a larger S-beaner. We already know that there's two great functions out of these two separate holes. But if we focus on the center of this winder just a little bit more, this is where it gets really cool. To get started, yes, a T140-43 toroid will fit on there, and there's spots for your zip ties to go. Obviously, there's a center hole to put your zip ties through, so that is awesome. And with that too, these larger toroids that you're starting to see on the market will somewhat fit. Yeah, 100% you'll be able to put a zip tie through each of those same holes that the T140-43 was on, and then through the center hole. But this is where it gets really good. This is why I'm saying that this is probably one of the coolest winders on the market. Look at this T140-43. It fits on there very nice. How big is this thing? Let's take a look. About 7¼ inches by about 3¼ inches. It's not too bad. One of the things I do want to try real quick, however, and it might be a suggestion to the company, we'll find out, are these holes, which are made for strain relief, are they going to fit 22 gauge BNTech Go? They will not. Unfortunately, they're just a little bit small. Of course, you could drill them out, or maybe the company would be interested in making those holes just a little bit bigger. But the key concept is you fish them up and down through the holes for strain relief. An additional thing you might consider is possibly even using this as a dipole. I would like to just see how well it winds and unwinds wire. Seems okay to me. Everybody's going to have different opinions, but it seems to do well. Will it hold 100 feet of wire? Let's find out. This is 100 feet of BNTech Go 22 gauge silicone wire, and it fits just fine on the winder with extra room available. Easily you would be able to do 128 or 132 feet of this wire. And this made me realize there's one more feature I want to show you. These are my favorite elastic cinch straps. They're 8 inches by 1 inch. I use them all the time. I will link you below an Amazon affiliate link if you're interested as well. But let's check this out. There were 2 cut holes on each side of this winder. And I really should have done this before I started winding the wire. But basically what can happen is you could use these straps to hold down your wire after you build this. And with 100 feet of wire, the 8 inches is probably just a little bit too short. So maybe you go with a little bit longer of a cinch elastic strap. But the point is, it helps hold the wire in place and it makes it look really, really neat. Anyway, everybody, that is what I think is one of the coolest and most thought out wire winders on the market. It's on Etsy. I'll link it below. Again, I'm not affiliated, but I hope you enjoy this and maybe it helps you out because I do know a lot of people have been asking for that T140-43 winder. It's right here. Thanks a lot for watching the channel. I hope you consider sharing this out, liking, commenting, subscribing, all that stuff or whatever. But more importantly, have a good one.